Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing. 36 viewers on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for what is going to be, hopefully, an epic battle for the last place in the Grimsby number 1 final. I am joined for a very, very brief time by the comms, the main man, Matt Patto. But Patto's got a game of his own tonight, which again should have been on stream, but unfortunately this one trumps Patto's just a little bit.
Just a little bit, mate.
But I will be here for the duration.
You got someone's coming up, yeah?
No, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure
I think Reece was on about coming in and just trying to help.
Yeah, we can do some.
It's better to have someone.
Yeah, we'll get some co-coms in, some guest coms, but as I said to you earlier on, Patto, it'd be nice to get the viewers involved tonight. A little bit more interaction than what we normally get.
I'm not sure how you're going to do that, mate.
Well, Greener's on and he'll always interact.
They have the talk as it is. But anyway, let's get the score predictions on the way.
Well, we can, because it's 0-0. I mean, I've walked in late, not Patto, I've walked in late, and Dave Dawson just told me this frames have already been 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's been live for 21 minutes, look.
I don't know if they got started straight away, but maybe someone will tell us, but we don't know. Has this frame been lasting 20 minutes? Maybe it has. Could this be the scene for the evening? I said to Patto earlier on, their game will be done before Patto vs Staveley, but who's to say?
Nah, I'm just going to dish.
Are you just going to go mad tonight, Patto? Are you going mental? Good game, you and Staff. There's another good game as well. There's a couple. Can't remember what the other game is. That's a hell of a pot. He's not going to be on it though, is he?
He might be, you know. And I'm going to start us off with an 18-14 win for Mr. Paul Clark.
I'm going Clarky tonight, but I'm not calling a score.
I think if he is it worth just trying to roll the red over the pocket and a white in between red and yellow?
Yeah, maybe. The only thing is, we'll see what it does. The only thing with that shot is, Camm is a quality player. If he comes off the side rail and it's his yellow at the end of the furthest bag away,
yeah,
Clarky's in a world of pain.
Oh yeah, but
it's a.
You'd expect Clarky to hit it as well.
What other shot though did he have? We shall see. Good evening, Mr. Dan Green. I'm sure there's another game on here tonight. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, it's foul.
No, it isn't.
Is he? Oh.
No, it isn't.
I was going to say the yellow.
It's actually an exceptionally good shot, but this is one of the ones you've just called, Patto. You'd expect Clarky to hit it. But getting on the black's not going to be easy. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's absolutely
Does it roll
delicious.
In the middle?
I think he takes it to the end.
Past the yellow?
Yeah, I do.
Mind you, on this table, it is a big bag.
We shall see.
But if you don't get it,
he's going in the middle, Patto, like you said.
I don't think he is, mate.
Is he not?
I think he's going top bag.
Let's have it. Look at the size of that bag. Oh!
It's not big enough.
Well, let's get the heat going now. Let's get the shares going. This is a massive game. And Michael Caborn is sat at home with his custard creams and his coffee, dunking away, thinking, well, I'm already in the final. I don't care. And I'm pleased Danny only got in here, because I'm going to drink about 10 Madras.
That's alright then, isn't it?
For free.
Makes up for the water that I buy.
He's just literally put his coat on and got his car keys.
So what we're saying is, Steady, is he going to pot these two and play the skilly?
Well, I think the problem he's got here, right, is if he tries to play safety, Clarky being the ability he's got, you'd fancy him to find it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you definitely would, mate.
So, does he go for him? Well, he is. He's absolutely going for him. So, is the skilly on is the next question, Patto.
He's got options, hasn't he? He can play the double, he can drop the yellow and leave the skilly. I think the double's a shot.
Has he got the angle for the double there, do you think?
I think it's just a straightforward double. Screwed white out of the way a little bit, it'll be on yellow to the middle.
I've been looking forward to this game all day, really, because I just think Cammy, as a pool player, is probably as naturally gifted as any pool player we've seen around here. Clark is obviously a snooker player that's turned into a great pool player.
Yep.
And he is an exceptionally good pool player, no question about it. But just off being a pool player alone, Camm's been the best. He has for years.
Yeah.
He's just sort of tailored off a little bit the past few years, and then now he's sort of reappearing again, and it's good. It's healthy. From where he was in the olden days, I'd love to see him regain that sort of status and form that he had.
Well,
all them years ago.
He's on the way to doing it tonight, isn't he? But he hasn't started great.
This is a tough old ass, though. I mean, like I say, for me, Clark is just.
For you, does the winner of this win the comp?
I think that'd be very, very disrespectful. Not disrespectful, but harsh on Caborn to say yes after he's beat probably the best player in the comp on paper. Yes, Wayne Fryer didn't have a great night, and Caborn just grew into the game, and in the end, Caborn was absolutely smoking hot. But I mean, you'd have to probably say the winner of these two would probably, if you was having a bet of the bookies, would be a slight favourite.
Yeah.
But I tell you now, don't write Caborn off. Not after beating Fryer. Don't write him off at all. At your peril.
This is 2-0 for me, mate.
You see him take these out every day, don't you?
Yeah, he don't mess about, does he, old Clarky?
This is Warburton's and Laypack, this son. Lovely shot. Lovely shot. Probably didn't want the cue ball tight on the side rail there, like.
No, but he's just looking to drop it in, isn't he?
Little plops. Yeah, that's the other game, Dan. That's another good game. Decent grade 1 game, that.
Yeah, I think that's in the same comp I'm playing
tonight. Yeah, there's 3 belting games. It really is. Oh, now then.
He didn't need to do that, did he?
Well, he wouldn't have been on the black.
That's what I mean, couldn't he? Just rolled it in and played the black in the other corner.
Little rush of blood to the head there, and now I think he might be in a bit of trouble. I mean, I can't see Wayne going for these out and out because of the two reds that are clustered on the left-hand side of the table. So,
I think the shot steady is them two together play the lower one. Because how's he going to hit it?
Well, there'll be
that's terrible.
Oh wow, we won't be happy with that. He had so many more hiding
Why
places.
didn't he play this one, look?
I'm surprised.
He couldn't have come across there.
Early doors, he won't be happy with that safety shot, not at all. But yeah, I think even that'll have shot Clarky. That
definitely.
Clarky, if Clarky had a seat, he'd have gone and sat in it there because he's probably thinking I'm in a bit of trouble. But no, he's basically been given a gift, and Clarky don't miss these blacks ever. Well, he doesn't, does he? I don't even care about the commentator's case.
No, you don't miss this. There we go.
You was right, Pato. You said 2-0, but it wasn't the way you expected it. And I have to say, just because the viewers at home can't see this, Pato's had his dome cut today, and I have to say he looks very, very, very shrill. I wish I could get my dome cut. And for those of you that are older than 40, a dome is hair or head.
Right, one more frame I reckon, and I'm going to have to disappear.
Yeah, that's not a problem. It's good for Pato to get us going, and we'll keep you posted on what's going on with the other games. Do we know who's on table 9?
I think they're having a knock. I think it's Powley and Dawson.
I'm not sure if Ellen's playing on there.
No, they're on the Supreme, because I couldn't book that.
So I'll keep you posted on the other games, because I don't think they're on Q Score. So I'll keep popping my fat Swede out and letting you know how these other 2 belting games are going. That's about the best I can do for you. But you do have this game to keep you entertained.
Hopefully it's a nice fast flowing game.
Yeah. I mean, like you say, that first frame, obviously we was late, but as I walked in, Dawson went, "Hey, that first frame's lasted 20 minutes. 800 Robsons." I was like, all right, cheers for that, Dave. Your teeth look nice. So yeah, wow. I did think this would be a bit of a dish fest, so hopefully it'll turn into that. There were a bit, one or two mistakes at the beginning. Table 9 is Liam Holtz versus Matty Lawton. What are they playing in, or what are they playing for? My lord.
Friday night, innit?
Honestly,
Special
right,
night tonight.
do you remember when you was a kid and WWF or WWE, as you younger generation know it as, had all the top matches in one night?
Yeah.
Like SummerSlam or WrestleMania. This is like WrestleMania tonight, isn't it? This is like Hulk Hogan vs Ultimate Warrior.
It's not far off, mate. It's not far off. Evening, Chris. How you doing? You got a score prediction, mate?
Yeah, we've had no predictions. So if I've stuck my neck online and said I'm going with Clarkey, Pato's actually given us a score of 18-14. So I've got 40 odd viewers on, and no one's giving me a prediction. Get off your fence, boys and girls, and let's see what's happening. Just a knock, no comp. They might have a few quid on it though, Dan, and then that obviously makes it a bit spicy.
Right, I'm going to pop outside because this frame's not going anywhere, is it?
No, and good luck, Pato.
I'll try and send someone in for you, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pop out and stuff, and there's no rush or anything like that.
Alright.
Enjoy it, mate. Nice one, pal. Speak to you soon, buddy. Good luck. Right then. So, are you lonesome tonight? I am lonesome tonight. But what a game I have got to watch. So I'm not that lonesome. Right, we've got some predictions coming in. I like that. So we've got 18-16, but I don't know who you're going with, Chris. I assume you're going with Clarkey. Steve Metcalf's got off the fence at 18-12 to Clarkey. 18-16 either way. That's a good shout. Alton's come back and said to Paul, and if Cammy keeps missing balls like that, it is not going to do him any favours, and that is a massive shout by Lee Greener. 18-8. I mean, that would be a good hiding. That would be a good hiding. So let's hope that Mr. Camm gets going, because yes, we'll all have, who we want to win, or Stuart Moyer 18-0 and all that stuff, but the reality is you want a great close game, don't you? Let's be really honest. That is what we want. And, let's be honest, this is a far better watch than watching Grimsby Town on BT Sport in their current form. Bonjour, Mr. Jones. 18-12 Clarkey. Yeah, I hadn't seen one person go with Cammy yet, and I have to tell you, he's got more than enough in his locker. But Clarkey is the man of the moment at the minute. He just seems to be, everything he touches is going to gold. I mean, he's not been on a snooker table for quite a while, and then I hear that last week, the week before, he goes and plays and knocks in a 1-2-9. But he hasn't been on the table for God knows how long. I mean, that's the sort of rich vein of queuing form this lad's in at the minute. Could be something to do with his partner, that plays with him in that doubles comp. I'm sort of giving him a lot of hints and tips to get his form going. You know what I mean, guys? 18-17 to Camm. Clarkey in off on the black in the decider. I'll tell you now, Hornigold, if that happened, you'd get about 400,000 to 1 at the bookies. There's more chance of West Ham winning the Premier League, but I'd love to see it, just because you've said it. Although we'd never hear the end of it. Could you imagine if that prediction come true? You'd think he was the oracle. Oh, wow. I mean, these bags are big, Clarkey, but they are not 9-ball table. Crikey. Right then, Cammy. In years gone by, we're already chalking you one on the score. But let's see what you've got. John Steele goes 18-12 Clarkey. John Steele could have come and done a bit of co-coms with me tonight. He wanted to do a game earlier on in the comp. But hey ho, that's the way it goes. missed the trick with Mick Rouse as well, because he was wanted to do a bit as well, but don't think we're going to see him tonight either. But it is what it is. People are, Chunky's got to work and Pato's got a game, so you stuck with me for a bit. And that fair shot he's played there was lovely. Just taking his time and pacing himself. I think the thing is, once Cammy gets into a rhythm, and he'll get going, he'll be fine. He's just, 2 frames in. It means not, at this level, 2 frames. Do you know what? At this level, 6 frames means nothing. This could be 5 once clacking. It means absolutely zilch. Trust me. At their level, because they can rattle off 5, 6 frames just in a blink of an eye. Look at John Steele the other night against Denty. Everyone had wrote him off after whatever the scoreline was, and Steele just turned the heat up. So don't be under any illusions. 4, 5 frames in this means nothing. So 2-0 is nout. So 18-8's a big ask for me, Green, I think, if Cammy gets going. And I think the guys that have sort of said 18, 16, 18, 17 either way, if Cammy does get going, they could, they could be close. It could be right. Good shot. He's got the angle. Drop this yellow in. He's guaranteed to be on the black. So a nice bit of weight by Cammy here. And that's the 18-0 gone. So Stuart Moyer, you better rethink, because Mr. Camm has just arrived. And it's 2-1. Here we go. Now then, look like he's made a ball. I tell you what, they've split pretty nice, to be fair. I hope we do see some a lot of break dishing and a lot of reverse dishing and all that sort of stuff tonight. It'd be great entertainment. It can be a little bit boring to commentary on, because you know what you're going to see. You don't see a lot of mistakes with these two boys and girls, but and it's sometimes more entertaining to see them sort of games, but it's always nice to see the top boys going at it and trying to throttle each other, especially these two. He's opted for reds, and they are nicer. They are nicer. I have to say, I don't see much in the way of an obstruction here. It takes something a bit silly, I think, from Clarkey, really, here. At his level. Paul is just bending over and getting his ass in the shot. Lovely Dave, we all wanted to see that. Now Dawson's getting involved. Beautiful. That's absolutely mint. That's perfect, that. Absolutely perfect, that. Well, he'll do wrong. He'll do well to go wrong here. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave a medium red. Medium long red. Oh, now then. I'll take the outside one first, you know. That's a bit careless, isn't it? I mean, the old tongue wagging. I don't know if anybody else see that. The old, but that's a bit careless. I tell you what. Not saying he won't recover it, because he's absolutely more than capable of taking the outside red and swinging around the Joe Mangles. But he should be dropping these balls in here. There's no two ways about it. Now then. I'm not quite sure about that. He's not overly happy with it. Is he playing a touch of swerve? I think he's playing a touch. He was shot building. He could have got a stagecoach through there. Lovely. Good recovery. I'm not quite sure he was hampered as much as he made it appear. But great recovery nonetheless. And that makes it 3-1. And these boys are batting straight out. So we're averaging about 10 minutes a frame at the minute after a 20-minute frame to start with. Last 3 frames have just gone like blink of an eye. So let's see. Now Camm is returned to have a go. If his break lands right, let's see if he can return the favour. Krabby! Right, Krabby. No going to sleep. I know you're 986 years old now, but come on, son. Get them K-Swiss on. Get your dancing shoes on, you kid. And get up on your feet. Even Greenie loves it when you get there, man. Come on, the Crabster. No falling to sleep tonight. If I've got to do this on my own for 70 people... You can keep your son awake. Right then, he's dry brakes, and that is absolutely a disaster in some respects because it will give Clarkey control of the table. I'm not saying he takes them out in this one go, but getting control of the table makes a massive difference. Well, I'm a little bit surprised in one hand, but then in the other I'm not, because with Clark he always looks to get his difficult ball potted first or very early, and then they're all there. Because let's be honest, if that red went then, I'm looking at the rest of the reds and thinking there's not many problem balls. So now he's just going to offer the opportunity to Camm, who will definitely 100% take reds now. It's just whether he can build his map out his puzzle and take them out. We shall see. Going to clear his bottom end of the table first, and then deal with the 4 at the top. No worries for the black. That's an absolute drop in. I think even Krabby had popped the black if he's awake. But yeah, let's see where this one pans out. The viewers are doing some sporadic things tonight. We just had 67 2 minutes ago. We were in Cammy dry breaks. Clarkey missed them and dropped to 40. 27 turned off because Cammy didn't make a ball on the break. Here we go. Oh, do you know what? Someone tell me if he intended to put that over the bag, or that was just a really bad effort at the pot. Normally I'd have Pato next to me going, oh no, that's what he meant to do, but I'm not sure if I'm honest. Answers on a postcard for that one, guys. He looked a bit shocked, shall we say, the way the red reacted. He hasn't left out there, really. Clarkie just tying up that red, the only red that's really a problem ball. And it's an even more of a problem. So he attempted to set the bag, but did it badly, John, is what we're saying. But he can be forgiven for that. He's still in control at the minute of this frame. Danny Ornigo's not watching. Won't like people sitting on his table. Well, he's going to get it out here, Mr. Steele, I think. Red above the black spot. Canning it out. Frame done. Oh, not now it isn't. Oh, wow. Wowzers. I tell you another thing, I know you know. These reds have got in an awful condition. And look at them yellows now. He can't afford a miss. These have to go somehow. Wow. He's in a bit of trouble, Camm, here. I didn't even know. I didn't even see how he could lose the frame at one stage. But now, that's a good effort, though. A good effort. Well, every pot's a pressure pot now for me in this frame. Every pot is a pressure pot now. One more good than them. Well, I'll say one more, two more really. I mean, he's got an awful angle on that red at the bottom to get on the one on the side rail. I'll tell you what an effort that is. He's unlucky. He's unlucky. He's looking to the gods for a bit of help there, but it is unlucky. But really, the reds went really awful, didn't they? And the yellows just come out beautifully. So, is it a double off the black? Does it double off the black? No, it don't. But he's put a yellow safe in the process. But I've got a funny feeling that he might find himself in a bit of trouble in a minute for Clarkie to get his free ball. I could be wrong. Well, these guys do all sorts, don't they? But I am not wrong. And he's played a superb shot. Yeah, I thought that as well, Mark. I thought, does it double past the black? It's a big bag, kiss off the black, but he's caught the yellow, and now, well, this is one of the worst situations to be in a frame of pool against someone like Clarkie, because look at the yellows barring one, and that, I'm afraid, is 4-1. Yeah. Red gone. Don't think it was much of a issue. So, if anybody wants to tell me you won't take these out, by all means. But I think these disappear pretty quick. For 4-1. I don't think Lee, Stavely and Power have started yet. Looking at the table that Camm is leaning on. Although it's not them two playing there, is it? It's Danny Bishop and Paul Elland. Yeah, it's just I don't know why he's done it really. I mean, if I was going to play the red, but this is obviously with my grade 2 head on, I'd have tried to just put it safe. But I was playing yesterday, and sometimes you overthink stuff, and I'm a bugger for it. Clarkey just got down and knocked all them in because he can, and there was there. So didn't overthink. Like you said, don't see the value in putting the red, but gets it out of the way, doesn't it? It's one less obstacle in his way when he's clearing everything up. So fair play to him. He could sit if the balls was like that. It don't matter if there was 20 balls there. Could knock them in, can't he? So 4-1 on the score sheet. It's one that got away from Cammy a little bit there. I fancied the Reds when Clarkey missed that initial red. Should have probably been 3-2 there for me. And Clarkey's break's big tonight. I mean, this is his second break that I've seen that's colossal. And look at the way they have split. One thing you can say about Clarkey, he's got his break going, and it's a big shot. It's the biggest shot of any frame of pole in it. So he's got it going tonight so far. And Cammy's had a couple of dry ones, so I'll just disregard your comment, Jamie Glover. Thank you. And yeah, that's it. That's why these boys are what they're doing. I mean, everyone can pot a ball, everyone. But these, they just naturally just go around the angles the way they need to. Cue balls consistently better. It's just pleasure to watch, isn't it? So, absolutely. I'm not quite sure what Adam's on about. I assume he's on about the break and how much it's working for Clarkey and not so much for Cammy at the minute. And one good red here. And all of a sudden, it's 5. And look at that. Look at that. Just double checking his paths and his clear and his routes are all there. And in a minute, I think it's going to just get a little bit more painful for Cammy. And this is why Cammy's got to get his break working. He's got to get it going. Because the reality is, Cammy's break's working and the splitting like they are for Clarkey at the minute. Cammy's getting these as well. Don't be under any illusion. The scoreline isn't because of a reflection on anybody's ability. The scoreline is because one player's break's absolutely flying and he's taking his chances, and the others isn't just quite there. And he's just got to get it going. Just got to get it going. Because what he can't afford to do, regardless of how good he is or can be, is let Clarkey get away from him. Because, my God, it becomes an uphill battle. It does. All of a sudden, if Clarkey takes his frame, you're then looking at Wayne's got to win 17-11. And he can. But against the player that's just in such a rich vein of form, it's going to be hard. But that's what he's got to do, folks. That is now what he's got to do. So let's see. Cammy's just got to get it going. Just got to get it going. Absolutely. You know, Steely. I mean, you've been there in that lull where you were struggling with your break for a bit, and you went away, you did some research, you did some work, come back to the practice table, practice into what you learnt into practical, and now it's paying dividends. Look, at the end of the day, Cammy knows exactly how to break. It's just not going for him at the minute. But that can change. That can change on a spin of a dice. So, and you watch, commentator's case, here we go. I mean, that's absolutely insane that they're spreading like that and going dry. And then you put in Clarkey, a player of his level, to the table to decide what he wants to be. Even if you can't take him out on a reverse dish here, he goes to the table and goes, right, the best option is X, Y, and Z. I'll do this, that, and the other, and then I'll play a ball safe or put one of his safe. And then he's in control of the frame, and it's hard. It's really difficult, and it's so frustrating when you can't get that break going, and your opponent's break is working and yours isn't. My God, it's like you can't win against the break, and you can't win with the break. Absolute nightmare. And I think I'd have thought that I'd have gone for reds there, to be honest, because every yellow that goes has got a red in some form blocking. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Dan, isn't it? It's like, I mean, obviously for the people that have played with me or whatever, or seen me play, I hit the ball as hard as anyone or as clean as anyone when I break. It's probably the only shot I've got in my arsenal that's worth having. And sometimes I hit them, and they spread like a firework, and nothing goes in. And I just think to myself, what more can I do? Sometimes it's just the way it goes, and then other times I'll hit them and 4 or 5 will drop in, and it's like, oh, hello. So yeah, you're right, Dan. Sometimes it's out of your control, isn't it? For how much of an important shot it is, it's crazy. But he has opted for reds, and if he does get these, it'll be some finish, because even though it was a dry break, I didn't see a way out, but he's creating one bit by bit. Do not be surprised if these reds disappear, and that really would be a nail. He's nailed that. He's overrun it a bit, I think. So one down the rail then is your option, maybe, Clarkey? No? I still don't think that's your ball. Oh, he must be on it. Must be on it. Down to it clean. Here we go then. He's left the angle and all, He has left the angle. He's just stun across, isn't he? You watch him land perfect on this. He's fell unlucky. I don't think he de-accelerated, but he didn't hit it clean. The only problem is there, though. I think if he'd have hit it with any more bottom, he had the risk of going in off. But this will do Cammy the world of good. But at the minute, all he's doing is sort of picking off the scraps that Clark is leaving him for some of these frames. So he needs to get a bit of assertiveness into his own game, because that's not the sort of escape shot I expect to see from Clark. Well, look, Cammy nudges his bad yellow away from the cush, leave the red where it is, don't even need to touch it, and these go. I mean, look, this is the level these boys are at. These go. I'm calling it now. These yellows go. Do what you can do, Wayne. We've seen it for years and decades, and let's get this show on the road. And he's already surprising me. I mean, that yellow must pass that red then. It must do. Yeah, it must fly in. Deceptive on the camera. Right then. Is he not quite happy with his position on the white there? Is he not quite happy with his cue ball? Or is he just making sure? It's lovely to have DJ Dawson back in the house with all his nonsense music back on the jukebox. I'm sure we've all missed it while he's been in Turkey rebuilding his face. Looks absolutely no different at all. So that was £5 well spent. Well done, Dave. Could have just stuck some like Wrigley's Extra in his teeth and it'd look exactly the same. Right then, Cammy. This is what the folks have come to see, son. But the problem for you, me old China, is it's Clarkie's break next. And the way he's hitting them and the way he's taking them, you need a bit of luck. We've had all sorts on Greeny. I've only been back. I've only seen him for like so far about 15 minutes since he come back from Turkey, and I'm done. I'm cooked already. Hey, look, John Moyer, you know me. Let's just call it the way it is. There's no point in airs and graces. You know, what he's had done for £5, I could have done for a tenner from B&M or M Bargains, one of the two. Now then, the case of the commentator has struck like his break. And now, Cammy, this is where you've got to show your authority. Yeah, he's put a yellow in a bit of no man's land and he's tried just doing enough to get it out. I think he has. I think it probably does go. I mean, maybe I might be wrong, but I'm not sure he's quite happy with it. Looks like he's digging down on this. Yeah, he wasn't happy with it, and you know what? That's an excellent shot. That's an absolutely superb shot. When he gets his tempo going and he gets his rhythm going, Camm is an absolute pleasure to watch. He's an exceptional talent. Sometimes, I mean, you could argue that he plays too quick. But it's enjoyable. I mean, you know, it's like any quick player. Especially when it's going well, it's so enjoyable to watch, you know. K-Bon I tend to find quite quick round the table. Ewan is exceptionally quick round the table. It's fun to watch, but sometimes they'll make probably slightly more errors than someone like Clark, who will be a bit more methodical. But great to watch, though. There's no two ways about it. Although he's taking his time on this shot, he wants to make sure he gets this right. Yeah, he's not quite sure on this, is he? I think he's not quite happy with where he's ended up there with his white ball. No. 2 or 3 times now he's got up off the shot. He's opting for the middle one. Oh wow. Do you know what? I think he's overanalyzed. I think the white ball he lost a little bit, which is not like Cammy. Lost the white ball there. He wasn't happy with the yellow that he ended up on. He's forced the yellow in the middle, and it's just not taking it. And that's very, very careless, and it's not on any level what you'd expect from someone of Wayne Camm's ability. That's poor. He'll be disappointed with that himself. And if I'm honest with you, had that yellow gone in, I'm not quite sure what he was doing with the next 2 yellows where the cue balls fell. I mean, he fell a little bit fortunate. He's left Clark here with literally 1 or 2 options, and they're not the easiest. But Clarky, innit? You know, what's not easy to us is peanuts to him. It's nothing. Here we go then. Let's see then. Here's a shout. Does he get them? Come on then. You've got to be quick. But does he get these? But we need to know now. Yes or no will do. Does he get these reds from here? No point in telling me when he's knocked 6 reds in and he's getting queued up for the black. Webber says no. Well, Webber, one thing's for sure, son. Sunday night you would have got them, lad. The way the state you was in, boyo. I've got to tell you, boys, I think he might. Oh, sorry, I'm cheating because I said yes or no. I'm going to say yes. That one down the rail is tight. I don't think you guys can see it, but it is tight. And he's an excellent potter down the rail. Excellent. He might even get it out here, you know. Yeah, look, Greeny knows. Greeny's waited till he's potted 4 balls, but yeah, Greeny knows. I think he gets some down. I think he bumps it out here. And Webber was right. Webber, you was right, son. Well, I think Cammy gets these. Unless Webber says otherwise, because then if he does, he don't. We'll wait to see what Webber says. Oh no, he's come too heavy, I think. Oh, I'll tell you what, that slowed down immensely. That's a great shot. What a shot that is. Now then. White's not gone perfect, but for this level, bread and butter. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And all of a sudden, I'll tell you what, is that a bit high on the middle bag? You can cut that in, can't he? Can he, surely? Beautiful. 5-3. We have got a game on our hands, folks. And that is what you want. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, we're all good pals with Clarkey. I'm even his partner in that comp. But I want to see this go all the way. I want to see I want to be sat in here talking about a deciding frame. That's what I want to see. Let's have it. Party time. Don't want a dry one though. The breaks are killing him. Well, not killing them both. Clark's only had one, but he's killing Cammy. He's got to start nailing these breaks at some point. Right, we've got some comments on here. What's going on here? Greeny, are you PISSDED? It's not before 9 o'clock, so I can't say that. Grafton GM, lucky Mrs. Green. You still ill, John? John has always been ill. He's sick in the head. Oh, what are you being like that for? I'll tell you what, John. If you don't want comms, I will quite happily turn it off and go and sit with my mate Johnny Morton and get slazzled. If you don't want the comms, me old mate, then I'm gone. And a good evening to you, Mr. Crab. I'm pleased you've woke up. But unfortunately, I think I'm going to be going in a minute because John Moore is not happy with the comms. Cued that well. John Morton's been going home in a minute since 12 o'clock this afternoon, but yeah, he'll if you don't want me to do the comms, mate, I'll quite happily go and sit with him for that last minute. Should get 8 pints in that minute. Well, he's cleared the pathway now. So now, Clarky, you've got to negotiate a little tricky yellow down the rail and a nice tricky black down the rail. I played him yesterday, John, and I have to say he was exceptional. And I mean exceptional. So I'm trying to get a little bit of practicing against some zeros, ready for my massive game with Kieran. But I couldn't live with him yesterday. He was absolutely unreal. Mind you, John, when you retire, you'll be able to put that much table time in and you'll be back to a zero before you know it. Taking his tricky yellow face then. And he's played it not great. And although I can't see Cammy taking the reds out here, that yellow going safe is a big, big bonus. Yeah, John, and I'm sure, mate, you'll enjoy every minute of it, buddy, because, you know, me and Morton was having this conversation. When you put the graft in, kid, you deserve your retirement, don't you? So, fair play. And I'm sure you're counting them days down, mate. Right then, Cammy has taken a bag. Clarky thinks he can pinch it back. And he can. And I'll tell you now all of a sudden, and I'm going to say it, even though it's a commentator's case to do it, I'd be absolutely astounded if Cammy lost his frame from here. I would be absolutely... Well, I'd be astounded, anyway, as I've just said. This could be 5-4, folks, but stick with us, because Clarky pulls out... Well, he's like a magician. Oh, my good Lord! My God! That is absolutely ridiculous, what I've just seen. Did everybody else just see what Clarky's done there? Well, the only thing you can put that down to is pressure. That's what Tony Miller says. That is absolutely insane, what we've just seen there. My good Lord. He's in a right 2 and 8. I said to Pat, I haven't said that for a while. My good Lord. What have we just seen there from Clarky? Insane. Now then, Cammy. And yet, Cammy's not going to go for the finish here. Or is he? He's sitting on that bloody table again. Ornigold's going to go mad. Well, I'm absolutely... Oh, bloody hell, they're bringing all the shots out now. It's like it's 1983 again. This is absolutely insane. Bloody hell, what are we seeing here tonight, folks? And I ain't even got co-coms. Oh, crikey. This is insane. These two are like entertainment value all night, isn't it? The old shot round the back and all sorts. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful, this. I want to go fuming. He'll be like, oh, one of the tables out. Oh, he's only gone and put another yellow safe as well. This is absolutely superb. I was going to say who's received. Should we get a bit of Reese on, boys and girls? I mean, I like Reese. I do like him, don't get me wrong. But I can't be doing with him sitting here telling us how good he is when he's absolutely Bob. But I do like him. But I just don't know if I can cope with that, guys. Oh, this frame's just got me all in a tizzy. Oh, I'll tell you what, you didn't want... Yeah, you didn't want that, did you, Mr. Camm? Always read the body language, people. You all might have been looking at the table. I was looking at Cammy's face. And he was not happy with that. But a player of his level, from there, should have enough cue ball control just to play a little screw shot and be absolutely fine here. The only problem he's got is what he knows in his head. If he don't get this right, it's Clarky Town. But look at that. That's the shot. Beautiful. Just one good. Just got to cue it now. Don't worry about your white. It'll do its own thing and you'll be fine. Just make sure this red and it's 5-4. And then we've got a game on. Now we've got a game on, folks. And this is absolutely what we want. None of your 18-8s. None of your 18-0s. Let's have a game. This is superb. Get in. Do you know what? As much as I love Clarky and I do love him to bits, let's have 5-all after 10 frames. Let's have it. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. What a game of ball this is going to be, this. And do you know what? These boys are only getting warmed up. That's the thing. They're not even, this isn't even them rocking and rolling yet. Oh, I can't even get Reese on the comms. I was literally going to go and get him after this frame. I didn't care what you all thought. Oh, Reese boy. Well, one thing's for sure. I can't bring Johnny Motton in here because he is absolutely spangled. Reese has got... To be fair to Reese, I take it as a compliment he's gone home because the last time there was a game on in here, he was watching it from home and he could not cope with Ryan Knox and Steve Miles. And come in. Oh, Clarky's missed another. Oh, my Lord. I'll tell you what, though, Reese. You're missing a game here, aren't you, kid, if you're not in here with me? Whoa, there's some misses going on. I love this. This is beautiful. Can you imagine, though, John Moyer getting him on? Oh, my God. Can't do it. He won't do it anyway. He's not like that, is he? Most of these people ain't got a clue what you're on about, Bob, but that is absolutely hilarious. Little Dirty Dobbins and Jimmy the Tash going at it in the West Marsh Club for 50p a frame. Right then, Cammy. Did say the people want 5-all. Don't let us down now, son. Got a bit of work to do here, though. He's not actually on a yellow. He's not actually on one. He could play the double, though. I don't know if he's seen it, but he could play the double to the yellow just to the right of the black spot. Above the black spot. That's probably the shot. But he's got to go full committed if he plays this double. There's no backing out. He's got to play it with such a way that he's going to leave Clarky on a red. Oh my good Lord. What are we seeing here? What are we seeing here? You're seeing pull gold here, people. Absolutely pull gold. I mean, not only are these two capable ability-wise, probably as good as anybody in the town, they're pulling off flukes better than anybody else. Oh, and then he's missed that. Oh wow. Oh my Lord. It's just this is like you've been framed. I can't believe it. This is mental. I'm expecting Jeremy Beadle to run from behind the bar in a minute. I love it. I love this game. Right then. Well, I think Camm's had his chance here for 5-all. I have to tell you, I think it's heavily stacked against him now that it's going to go 6-4 after 10 frames. And look, in all seriousness, he's going to be absolutely disappointed, isn't he? My lord. I mean, he's fluked the yellow, but he hasn't really ended up doing him any favours. Yeah, so, some characters in there want the boyo, hey? Jesus, was it just... Right then, Clarky. Little bit of digging. Good shot. But he's got to nail an absolute peeler here. This will be a Bobby Dazzler, but he's got this in his locker. I've been in his locker and he's got these all day. Oh my lord, he's missed it. I tell you what, I live closer. What is going on here? What's going on? This is insane. Yeah, he's playing the right shot, but it's just, I don't know if it's against the right opponent. I don't even think he's got it. I don't even think he's got it. I'm not convinced he's got it. He hasn't. Oh, Cammy, that's a terrible safety shot. Oh, Wayne, what are you doing, man? Oh, that's careless. It's careless. I can't believe it. Well, I don't know what to say there. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I don't know whether to tell you Clarky was bad, Cammy was bad, Clarky was good. I don't know what to tell you there. That was absolutely Mary Bobbins. But it can happen, because I'll tell you now that what's just happened there comes down to pure respect for each other. And the fact that they are very, very tentative and nervous about each other's ability. Because Cammy would always get that snooker every day of the week. But at the flip side, Clark would have took them out a long time ago. There's an edge of nervousness about these two tonight. And I like it, because it's going to make for an entertaining game of pool. Thrown in with a shitload of ability. At the end of the day, like we've always said, the misses and the mistakes are two things. One, it means that they are human on a pool table, because sometimes these guys are not. And it makes for a more entertaining watch. You get the twists and the turns, but I mean, what we've just seen there, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, he rushed that safety shot for me. He rushed it. He was down to it. He knew what he wanted to play, but he just didn't execute it. But my good lord. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I'm expecting, Jonesy, in all fairness. But I wouldn't mind a bit of that thrown in. If I'm honest with you, a total dish fest is a bit of a snooze fest in some respects. Some frames like that, where you see elite players, well, maybe not elite players, but top end players from our area make mistakes, it's nice to think, well, they do it as well, just not as often. Matty Lawton and Ultsif starting on table 9. And I will get you a roundup of some scores in a minute. Well, I'm not quite sure what he's played there. If I'm honest, answer on a postcard, I think. because he's played to cut the red in, and it's a yellow. He's played an appalling. I mean, Clarkey for me gets a blackout here. I might be wrong because I think both them yellows go into the middle bag. So if he bumps the blackout, then he wins the frame. And I think there you go. He's looked at them yellows. Don't see a problem. Them yellows that are sat together like a pair of knackers. They drop him. Yeah, I mean, Adam, he's caught me out that one. I'm not going to lie to you. I was thinking, what's he doing here then? Look, you know, that's the way it goes. That's fell absolutely superb. As if that stayed out. I mean, it wouldn't have made much difference, but it's just helped him because, yeah, he's now got a ball just to play off. Just to be perfect. I mean, that's a wee bit of luck. Just makes his route so much easier. He hasn't got going chunk, in all fairness. He's been very, very sort of, I don't know, not himself yet. But then again, Clarkey hasn't. I mean, they haven't been flying out the traps. Clarkey got going a little bit and then just went off the boil. But there's a game here, mate, because they're both playing like a little bit tentative in terms of I think there's a lot of respect out there for each other's ability, and that's the way it should be with these two. I mean, you're seeing two class players here. Okay, they're not reaching the pinnacle yet. Believe me, we've seen both of these two be a lot better, but that we know how good these two are, and it's good that they've got that respect. But Clarkey is going to go, barring an horrific positional shot, is going to go 7-4 up, where, I mean, I just don't know how. But it is. And that's just the way it is. And it's time to recoup for Cammy. He's come back from 5-1 down to 5-4. He's now got to do it again. He's now got to win 2 or 3 on the spin. So let's just see what happens, guys, because this is developing into a great game. Really good game. There's tons of pull in this. Wayne Camm. Well, the one thing I always admire about Wayne Fryer when he's at the table, and I know I'm talking about Fryer, is you never know if he's winning or losing. And even when he's behind, you never feel like he's in trouble. Cammy will be exactly the same. His temperament won't change. He will just keep doing it. And that's years and years of experience of playing on the Pro Tour. Losing the white ball's not going to help, and them blasting apart like that is going to help him immensely. Good night, God bless to the Reds, and we'll start the next frame. But yeah, so I love the way that them players just, they've got the temperament's superb. A bit like Chunk's temperament, just never loses it. Well, as I said, with this level, these boys can rattle off frame after frame after frame. That's a good shot. That's a superb shot. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the comms in here, these are Mary Ploppins. Plop. Plop. I bet you're going to guess what the next word is. I think he's a bit straight on that, you know. He is. He's straight. He's straight on. He's straight on that red. Now then, Mary. Yeah, he's fine. Just got to be careful here, Mr. Camm. Lovely, 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 lovely. Plop, plop. Yeah, John Steele guessed it. Plop. But look, that's it. This is the level. This is the class of these guys. Clark has hit them superbly. Lost his white. Boom. 7-5. Cammy goes to the table now. He's got to nail a great break. Get that white ball. Get a ball. Got a game on here, guys. You really have. Don't forget to put your one on Cammy. Good lad. Right then. 7-5. Cammy to break. And I mean, Chunk will be absolutely devastated he is not sat next to me, but the poor lad is grafting his... Believe it or not, guys, Chunk's having to graft his little nuts off at the minute. On a shutdown. He's doing 12-hour days, bless him. So he can't be here with me. Obviously, Pato is out there hopefully dealing with Stavely, but I don't know. Tough game, that one. 3 start Stav gets to 18. You'd fancy Pato, seeming he's a fake grade 0, but Stav's no mug. But I will get you posted on a score after this frame, I think. I'm going to go get another bevy. And then I'll let you know what the scores around the room are and what's going on in the world of pool. Yeah, it was a big ask chunk on it. Let's be honest, it was a big ask. Pat was clearly favourite for this comp. But then sometimes you've got to be bold, haven't you? I mean, that's why I picked Kieran. You've got to be bold, and fair play to Stab, but 3 starts not a 6 start, is it? And no disrespect to Kieran. Kieran isn't as good as Pato, so it is a big ask. But we'll see. We'll see. Tonight will be a tell. It'll be a test for Stav. It might bring his best game out of him. And then Paul Ellen's playing Danny Bishop, and that's off scratch. I don't know any... Again, I'll go and find out the score on that one. They're underway on table B, as you can see it. Behind Clarkie's ass. And now then. They're playing right now, Adam. And they're saying now, Clarkie didn't want to bring that yellow into play. That yellow now is in play, and if you come here and you think, am I going for these, or am I getting control of the table and running that yellow down the rail, in or out? Frame is in his hands. Oh, Pato's honestly, he was in here with me for 15 minutes at the beginning of this game, Chunk, and he is up for this. And I'll tell you something else as well, while we're just talking about who's up for it. I'm absolutely, I'm not astounded, but I'm pleased Cammy's gone for these, because they're not easy, and if he gets these, my God, that'll be a good frame to win here. Yeah, Steely called it, going for him. Not worrying about the one down the rail, he's going for these. He's made his white a bit awkward here though, John. I think he's got enough. Yeah, he's got enough for the white to cue this fine. He didn't want to catch that knuckle though. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. See, this is the bit where Clark is getting a few let-offs. Because for me, I'm expecting Cammy to do damage there. And he's lost his white a little bit. Made that one into the middle a little bit more tricky than it needed to be. But Cammy will still tell you he should be getting them. It's as simple as that. So one slightly awkward red for Clarkey. I don't think it's much to worry about. I certainly don't think it is now. And another frame for me that's got away from Cammy that he had won. Or certainly had massive control of. He can't keep giving the silly ones away. He's got to capitalise on Clarkey's mistakes and then counteract it. So Clarkey broke off in the last frame, went off. Cammy's come to table, bang, dish, super. Then you've got to go and win that next frame because he can't keep letting Clarkey have a 2-3 frame gap because he's got to close that at some point. And the longer the game goes on, the harder that's going to become. Although that's about as bad as it gets. I love this game. Oh, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, it's all fun and games while I'm sat watching it tonight, but if he did that to me on Wednesday night in the doubles comp, I'd just say to him, what are you doing? Can I go get another partner? Right then. What's up your sleeve now, Clarkey? Because I'll tell you what, this is mental, some of the stuff I've seen from these two tonight. Makes an unbelievable viewing. That's not bad, you know. I think he's on the one in the middle, though. I think he is. I think he's fine. He is as well. Yeah, that's an Adam Bolter. That's what I'm going to start calling that. The finish is on and he always finds a way to snooker himself. Right then. Now can I say 7-6? You just don't know with these two tonight. 1 minute I just don't know. Oh dear. Biggest bribe, mate. Biggest bribe. Do you know what? I don't think that's a good shot. You watch this. Clarkey gets these now. Again, I don't even know what I'm watching. Clarkey gets these. You watch this. Seen him do this a million times. He'll be fine here. He's cannon. I think he'll cannon into that yellow. He'll use it. He's not keen though. Maybe I'm seeing a different angle. It looks to me like he can screw that red in and nail the yellow. Not playing it with bottom. Don't like it. There's a smirk on his face. I don't know what you're laughing at, Clarkey. Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. This is tricky though. Queuing off the side rail in the jaws. The red's got a cut back slightly. This is not a gimme. I don't care who he is. If he gets this, it's superb queuing. Absolutely outrageous red. And Wayne Camm must be sitting there thinking, what am I doing here? What am I playing at? Really? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, do you know what, Reese? I know that's a joke what you've just put there, but I know the game's still in the early stages, so these two haven't really got going yet. But the way Camm finished his game, these two won't be living with him the way they're playing at the minute. And that is fact. But there's a long, long way to go. But Cammy's got to be kicking himself because the scoreline's 8-3 to Clarkey, And it could easily be 7-6 to Wayne Camm. The other way. So, oh, dear me. Boy, but let's go. Let's see what happens, guys. Pulls a strange old mistress, and we're all at her command. And it's a dry break. He ain't got a clear yellow. If you want yellows, I think the one in they'll clip that one into the middle. And then he's rock and roll. Got to be yellows. Got to be coming. Yeah, but I don't tell you what, Beanie. You must have only just come on if you think that's bread and butter for Clarkey. Some of the stuff he's missed, me old China. Absolutely, mate. I'll tell you. If you you would say that 10 times out of 10, but he's missed some absolute dongles. But hey, but no more than Cammy, mate. No more than Cammy. They've both been a bit. It's a miss in this game so far. And Dan Green is saying it's 9-3 to is that to Pato? 9-3 to Pato, and he gave a free. So that means he's won 9-0. He's won the first 9 frames. Surely he's not won 9 on the bounce. Or are we saying Stavely is 9 away from taking the favourite out? I'm going to go out and have a look in a minute after this frame. And Dan Green's making it up. What an absolute nugget. What's Jake Bennett on about? Scoreline's 8-3, could be 7-6 away. Are you on drugs? This is why I do not entertain you. My good lord. Good job both your brothers are on a level keel, because you're off your whopper. You nugget. Right then. Mr. Camm. Shut up, you fool. It's 8-5. You can see it on the scoreboard. Stop being an idiot. Honestly, there's some pedantic arseholes in this town, and John Moyer's one of them. You can clearly see it's 8-5. It could have gone 7-6 the other way. The fact of the matter is, he hasn't. And now all of a sudden, 8-6 is there. But as I say, could have gone the other way. Could have gone the other way so far, but it ain't gone that way. But there's a ton of pool left to be played in this. Right. I am now going to go and find out what's going on with Pato. And Stav. And what other game are we after? Paul Elland. And Danny Bishop. I shall return after. Just let me see this break first. Oh, it's gone dry again. And look, I mean, look, the arms are going out. He knows this is killing him. This is not good for him, this. Right, I'll be back. Clark is probably going to take this frame out, so I'll be back in a minute. Shut up, Moya, you're boring. Right then, Ken Dodds, round up, round up. Right then, we have got Pato's absolutely flying out there, flying. He's 9-5 up, which means in real money he's 9-2 up. So obviously Stav got a 3, but 9-5 up. He's smoking hot and he's really on it. Paul Elland is 3-2 up against Danny Bishop, and unfortunately, I don't know who's winning out of Matty Lawton and Liam. They're playing for a little bit of dough, but it's 6-2 to one of them. There's your roundup. But Pato smoking, absolutely flying. So there's your roundup. And as I said, off that dry breaker Camm is, I assume it want a dish, but we are 9-6. With Clarky back at the table again. No, Jake. He's playing in the in that comp of chunks where it's like handicaps, and Pato give away 3 to Stav. I mean, to be fair, Pato's grade changing to a 0 is a little bit cheeky, but it's not Pato's fault. So he's only had to give 3 away against Stavely. Stavely's a decent stick, don't get me wrong, but when Pato's playing well, he's not a 0. So Stav's probably the one that's a little bit hard done by, but he'll dig in, he'll have a go, but he's already 9-5 behind with a free start, so it's a tall order to claw 4 frames back against Pato. And it looks like Mr. Clark starting to get a little bit of rhythm. As we go to 10-6 to Paul Clark. Just a quick observation as well, for those of you who don't know, Clark is the current reigning Grooms #1. He won a comp at Q World about 2 years ago, it was now. It was only shorter races though, it was only races to 9 that day. So by now we'd have won this game. But this is a bit of a different beast. Longer races, you have to be, on it for a longer period of time, and if he wins this, really it'd be very difficult for anyone to claim he hasn't been the best for the past sort of 12-18 months, and I think he has. He plays the most out of these top boys, and he probably is the best QS, but believe me, Michael Caborn will want to have a say on that. Be under no illusions. But he's got to get past Cammy first, because as I said to you earlier on, 4 frames to these boys means absolutely nothing. Cammy could rattle them off in 15 minutes, and that's the reality. It's just the longer this game goes on and the gap gets a little bit bigger, you don't want to be going into the teens, into the business end 4 frames behind, because all of a sudden it's a bloody hell of a challenge. For me, of the next 6 frames, Cammy has got to win 4-2. Got to win the next. Out of the next half a dozen frames, he's got to win 4-2. Yeah, there's just been a huge cheer from the room. Town have gone 1 up. I mean, there's probably more fans in here than there is at Blundell Park now. I'm only joking. They've actually got tickets in the Osmond tonight, because I think Southend have brought about 16 people. Long way to travel on a Friday night. That's good. That's very good. But I think the 2 reds at the top right of the table, as we see them now, are not easy. Here's an interesting one, Jake, with you being from Market Raisin. Do you go Lincoln? Do you go Scunny? Do you go Grimsby? Do you go Gainsborough? I don't know. Who's your team, Jake? I would have thought it'd be Lincoln City, but I don't know. 157, John. That ain't bad, actually. There was allocated 300 tickets, wasn't there? There was given 300, and the remaining in the Osmond, I think, the 600 was given to Town. So they've got just over 50% of their allocation. They've not done bad. Southend, it's a long old trek on a Friday night. So fair play to them that have come down. I mean, I think it'll be a little bit different when the roles are reversed. Town to South. Oh wow, that's awful. Town to Southend. You can bet your bottom dollar it'll be at least 300 or 400 or 500. Because Town love it out there. They love an away day. But yeah, 157. Not bad. Who scored for Town, Steph?
Oh, I don't honestly know. I haven't seen it, mate.
Fucking hell. Steph Lincoln comes in here, brings me a pint. He not even fucking tells me who scored for Town. Does anybody else want to tell me who scored for Town? Cheers for that, Steph. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Steph's just been banned from the Wesses for setting someone on fire. There's only 50 people watching. They don't care.
It's confidential, though, mate. It was.
I thought I was your lawyer.
Yeah. I need one.
Oh dear me. It's all fun and games at the circus. Well, Clarkie's starting to turn the screw a little bit now. You took your van home.
No, I'm going to take it down.
Get rid of your van and we'll have a few bevies. Might even get Steph back in for a bit of comms and he can tell you all how he set someone on fire.
See you soon, Stan, mate.
They don't like women in the Wesses, do they? It was his mate. I'll tell you about it. I'll get Steph to come in and tell us about it later after the watershed. You can't hear about that before 9 o'clock. Brilliant. Guy's an absolute legend. Right then, Clark is on the warpath again, and this is starting to get painful. If this goes 11-6, what you can't have is this getting away from Cammy. You can't have that because that's going to be really, really difficult. But what can you do? Town nearly scored again by the sounds of it out there. Mind you, some of you will be watching it at home, won't you? You'll be dual watching. Yeah, thought you might be, Jake, to be fair. You boys from Raisin, you're probably a wee bit closer, aren't you, than what you are to here. Like, and Gainsborough Trinity is never going to be a team, either, let's be honest with you. They're absolutely Ken Dodd. Yeah, fair play, mate. Well. Clark, he just seems to be getting a little bit of a little bit between his tail here, and he's just sort of getting to get a bit of rhythm, and Cammy's not doing enough to stop him, and all of a sudden Clark is starting to play the table and not the man, and that is where he's dangerous. I think in the early stages, there was an element to Clarkey. I don't know, he didn't seem to be quite there at the races, but he's certainly going now. I'll keep you posted on the Pato score after this frame, and we'll have another little look, because what will definitely not happen with these two is they will definitely 100% not have a break. 100%. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, it was not me, it was the Madry. I'm drink. Oh, there we go, re-rack. Oh, it could be worth having a look now. I'm just gonna have a quick look now while these re-rack. I don't think we'll be far many frames on, but Pato might be another 2 frames in front. Give me 2 minutes, guys, and I'll be what we are. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing. Right, so back with you guys. So not a great deals happened in many of the games since I last inspected. Pato's now 10-5 up, so he really is turning the screw on stably. That's going to be a hell of a challenge. That means he's 10-2 from scratch. Plus he's 3. Paul Hellen's retaining his lead against Danny Bishop. He's currently 4-3 up. The game between Matty Lawton and Liam Ultz, which I don't know who's winning, has now gone from 6-2 to 6-4. As ever, I will try to be Jeff Stelling and Chris Kamara all in one and keep you posted on what's going on around the room as we try to concentrate on this Bobby Dazzler of a game here. He's missed one there. There's no guarantees. No guarantees with these, I suppose. Diddly. So, folks, what we saying then? I mean, look, the thing is, Greenie, you know as well as I do, right? Everyone's calling for your head to be a -2. For some mad reason, Pato's gone down to a 0. There's not 2 grades between you two, is there? Let's be realistic. So, flying's probably the wrong word. He's probably just going about his business really well. He looks quite comfortable and calm out there. Let's be realistic. Wednesday night, Pato and Callum Chapman beat Martin Hazel and Paul Buckley. Now, obviously, Buckley plays off a 1, which is fair dues. But Hazel's probably one of the top big hitters we've got in the area. So, Pato and Callum Chapman to go and do the business on them just goes to show you that Pato, and Callum to be fair, but Pato especially, is far better than the grade he has been given. So we may as well enjoy it for 6 months, because that will change. Because there's not 2 levels between you and him. You know that. I know that. But he's enjoying it. Yeah, of course it is. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Greeny, the difference between you and him really is that you play in these Thurston's and things like that and do exceptionally well. Pato, you see him rarely ever go in a comp, so very difficult for him to, for difficult people to see his grade on an individual comp basis. But anybody with eyeballs can probably see that his ability is a -1. He is. I mean, look, the reality is, Beanie went down to -1, which maybe could be classed as harsh or not harsh. You guys decide. Don't think Beanie played Pato for money, and if he did, I don't think he'd be favourite. That's where that's where you got to put it, aren't you? But hey, we're not talking grades. We're talking about these 2 boys here, and but just to keep you in the loop with the other scores, yes, for that reason Pato is in essence flying, but it's not something that surprises me in the slightest. Paul Elland and Danny Bishop, though, that's an interesting scoreline, because Paul's been in France for 2-3 weeks without picking up a cue. Bishop's been getting in and getting involved in this pool scene around here, playing the comp on Sunday, so that's interesting because Paul's not really been playing. So, but it's only early doors in that one, 4-3. That's got a ton of pull to go. So that could all change. But that's the scores on the doors around the room tonight. As we are watching Clarkey try and negotiate another frame, which ideally Cammy could do with trying to work out a way of winning. But with reds like that, my good lord, what can you do? What can you do and what can you say? I mean, look, I think it's worth highlighting as well, because I ain't got anybody prompting me in here. It's just as I think about it and it comes to my head. You've got to remember, Cammy only come out of being cooped up for 10 days because obviously he tested positive, and I hope you don't mind me mentioning that. But so he's been lots away, not being able to pick up a cue for 10 days, isolating. That's got to be hard. It's got to be hard to. And look, and he's that much of a confident guy in his ability. He won't have cared. He's not the type of person that goes, I need to have tons of table time and practice to get ready for a game. He'll turn up, and if he plays well, he plays well, and if he don't play well, he won't have an excuse. But I'm not making an excuse for him, but that's got to be difficult. It'll be the first time he's picked his cue up, certainly since he had to isolate, and who's to say he was even playing before then. But you can't take anything away from Clarkey. He's starting to go about his business now, and look at it. It's just everything's just slotting into place. Gamer Smitty. It might have been a while, Mr. Smitty, but you've got to give me a bit more than Gamer Smitty. Who's Gamer Smitty? I don't mind. Well, I'm not keen on the old aliases, the names, but I'm sure Mr. Gamer Smitty is going to tell me who he is, and I apologise if I don't know what it is. But I hope you're well, fella, and I'm sure you're going to tell me who it is. So 12-6, Clarkey seems to start into being putting the puzzle pieces into place. Looks like they're just having a wee comfort break. There doesn't seem much point me going out there and telling you that Pato's won another frame, so I'm just going to stick with it while they have their comfort break. Neither of them smoke, so I'm sure it'll just... Oh, Nick Smith, Gamer Smith. Hello, Nick. How are you, son? So I'm sure... Yeah, I mean, he's just got a Pepsi look, and Clarkey's probably just gone for a wee. So I'm just going to stick with it now, and let's see where we go. Yeah, but Cammy has got to certainly start influencing himself on this game, because it's getting away from him a little bit. And do you know what? Lee Greener, if he's still sat there watching, he'll be going, told you it was going to be 12-8. And, well, I still think that's a little bit ambitious. I think you're probably looking from here, if the way things are flowing, 18-11, 18-12. Unless, and that's just on the current run rate of this game, but they can spin on the red, can't they? And we need Cammy to really, really get going. Because one thing that I don't think will happen now, don't think Clarkey will go off the boil. So Cammy's got to improve. He can't be depending on Clarkey making mistakes and getting things wrong. Wayne's got to pick his game up now. He's got to knock a gear up. You know, he's got to go up a level or two, because Clarkey's now starting to really get a bit of rhythm here. And stuff like that just does not help, does it? You know, to Clarkey, that's basics. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not trying to big up the shot in any way, but all I'm saying is stuff like that don't help. His bad ball's done, dusted, and then the Reds are looking like they're going again. He's turned into a bit of a relentless monster in this game now. Not quite sure what angle he's got there, but I think the one on the outside is the one he's going for first. One's that nearest to Cush. Nope. Okay. Let's just see him see this frame out. There's no point in calling his shots. He'll do it his way. It's Clarkey. He's just starting to put bits together now and doing it well. Well, you just have to sit back and admire when he gets going like this, don't you? I mean, what can you do? Cammy's made mistakes early on in the game, but this middle session from 6-4 has been absolutely superb, if I'm honest. You know, where the game should have gone 5 apiece and it went 6-4 Clarkey, from that frame onwards, he's been outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And I remember watching Ryan Milson have a middle session like this against you and Robertson when they played. I think it was 6-4 or 5-5 all at the break or something stupid, and Milson come back after the break in the middle session and won 9-1. And you're seeing something similar here. Clarkey's really, really motoring now, and this is going to be some uphill task, this, you know. Some uphill task. You know, Wayne's not naive enough to think that this is not getting away from him now. He'll be thinking that. Anybody that can beat Clarkey 12-4 from this position, anybody of any level, is got to be special. It's no Miss Paul, innit? But everybody's got to start somewhere. Camm just having a bit of a think about it. One thing he won't do is he won't give up his ghost. He'll have it. He'll keep fighting until the end. He knows it can turn on a sixpence. And I tell you what, that's a great shot, young man. Great shot, Cammy. That superb. That's brilliant. That absolutely class. It's good to see some of that coming out. Just showing his class there. It's not been quite right for him tonight so far. You know, he'll still think he's in the match, but that was excellent. That I certainly do, Shay. The last time I popped out about 10 minutes ago, it was 4-3 to Paul Ellen, mate. It probably has changed since, but yeah, it's a tight game out there, mate. Tight game. I mean, look, Reese, I understand that sentiment, of course. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Clarkie's arm needs to fall off, but I certainly think Mr. Camm needs to take it up a level. And believe me, he's got gears. He has got the gears, no question. But he's got to start finding them. Super. There's one of them. Okay, now then. Good finish that. Good finish that. No two ways about it. Got to find a few more now. Got to keep firing. Got to keep going. If I was him at this stage, don't even look at the score. One frame pull now all the way until he's in a position where he can look at that scoreboard again. 6 frame deficit is massive. See if he can make his break work. I just can't understand how many dry breaks this guy's had. I am absolutely baffled by it. He is. He is. I can't work it out. I mean, it's not like he's even hitting them badly. He's just not finding a ball. I mean, it's absolutely baffling. Absolutely baffling. And you know what? You hear good level players. Good. I mean, look, when a grade 1 or a grade 2 says, "Oh, my break cost me," you think, well, it probably didn't, because the players that you're playing against probably give you a chance to get back to the table. But when you hear someone like Wayne say it, or you know, one of these top players go, "My break absolutely killed me," you can understand why. Because I'll be absolutely amazed if he gets back to the table here. And Clarkie's done this a couple of times. Oh, hi, Nick. Yeah, come and pick on me. I'll give you one money game, course. Not. Yeah, you have to feel a little bit for Wayne in some respects, because he's hitting them well enough. They're spreading lovely, but just for some bizarre reason, I can't remember the last break he found a ball. And it's the last thing you need, you know. He's just won a frame there, and he could have really done with finding a ball and these being, and you know, and him going for these. You know, it's just, he just can't seem to get any sort of any rhythm, any pattern going. So, yet again, Clark is going to mop up the pieces, and fair play to him, because when he's like this, when he's in this mindset, in this form, that's what he does. Well, I don't know who you've been talking to, Nick, but they're on drugs. Right, so yeah, I mean, genuinely, I think I could probably count just off the cuff four breaks. This has happened to Cammy. It does make a big difference, but that's pull for you, isn't it? And you've got to take you out to Clarky. He's still got to come to the table and put them in the sack, and that's what he's doing. Ellen's marching across the stream table to get to the bar, stomping across. I want my Carlin. Not sure what's going on over on that table. 4-3 last time I looked, but I'll try and pop out and give you a bit of an update on that in a minute. Not sure about that, Clarky. No, neither are you, are you? Still got the yellow to the bottom bag though, and then he can screw back, or play, or even just hit it through a little bit and give, and just leave him. Yeah, he'll be fine here. Watch this. Just play through it a little touch. There you go. Ta-da. All the best and good night. Lovely. So, yeah. It's not what he wanted, but he's made it work for him. Because that's what he does. He's a beast. And it's 14-7 to Paul Clark. Just relentless. Just relentless. What I do need to do though, chaps, or ladies and gentlemen, should I say, is nip for a little wee. I will collate scores on the way past Shay, so it might have altered a little bit between Paul and Dan, and I'll tell you what Pato is now in front by. But give me 2 minutes, guys, and I will be back with you. Oh, Clark has lost the white though, so you might have a little Camry reverse here. I'll be back with you. Exactly, mate. Well, Stav's still in good spirits. He's 12-7 down. He's still having a go at it. I'm absolutely amazed that I've come back from the toilet and this frame's not done. So I don't know what went wrong. Can't possibly comment. And I'm apologise to Shay Ward because I've completely walked past Paul Ellen's game and I don't know what the score is. Sorry. 2 seconds. Oh dear. Honestly. Oh, now then. It was 4-3 to Paul Elland. It's now 5-4 to Danny Bishop. So there you go. That one's going back and forth. Oh. So 12-7 to Pato. 5-4 to Danny Bishop. 14-7 as you can see on the screen, Clarkey and Wayne Camm. So Camm is on reds though by the looks of it. As I say, I've just come back in. He'll be the happier of the two in this frame, I'd have thought. Is he being aggressive here or just getting it off? Well, that's one way of getting it off. Now Zenny, a wow Zenny. Not quite sure he's got that. Not quite sure he's got what he wanted there. His desired effect. I'm never sure he hasn't. So, although he's still got a couple of tricky reds, but most of the time you'd say this is bread and butter for Cammy, but he's just not been quite right. But he's going to land absolutely perfect behind them both, so this is his chance to pinch one back. One good one down the rail then, Wayne. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Well, that's another one back. 14-8 as we see it. He will keep chipping away, but the gap or the tunnel is getting narrower. $61 on. What we're saying, guys? Is he done? Is he finished? Has he got it in him? Is it somewhere deep inside? Can he? Oh. I think it's too much to ask. He's made a ball. He's made 2. And they've gone superbly. These are not bad. These are not horrific at all. This, Nick, believe it or not, is the final semi-final, the last semi-final. We have already seen Michael Cabourn make his way into the final against Wayne Fryer. So we are literally 2 games away. Well, 1 game after this, so we're literally 1.5 games away from getting that crown done. So it's looking likely now from this position, Clarkey is going to be joining Mr. Cabourn, barring some unreal comeback performance from Wayne Camm. And to be honest with you, in this position against this player, there's not many that could do it. And that will not help him in the slightest. No, it will not. And find an hiding place from there is, well, good luck to you, pal. Yeah, the red goes to the middle. He's giving him a starter ball as well. As Chunky said, Clarkey is far too good from this position. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, were you asking that you can't have seen Cabourn against Wayne Fryer? Cabourn played some exceptional pool in that game towards the end. There was no doubt about it. He is going to have to be on an electric level for me to beat Clarkey. But he's got to, let him get over the line first. Let him get this one done, and then we'll talk final. But yeah, you'd expect him to be a heavy favourite. Well, he's missed one there. He's missed one there. And it gives Wayne a chance to nick another one. And nick another one. Nick is probably the wrong word. Pinch, nick, it's not. That's not the right word. To take another frame is the right word. He just does not seem to have the white ball in any way, shape or form where he wants it at the minute. 2 shots, a couple of shots prior, he's nestled up to his yellow. He's left himself awkward queuing there. He's just not, his white ball's just, well, he's got to cue well to recover at the minute, every shot. But I'll tell you what, that ain't bad, mate. That is not bad at all. Yeah, to be honest with you, Sean, I think that makes a big difference. Sorry, Scott. There's no two ways about it. No two ways about it at all. Clarkey is queuing all the time and queuing on another level. If Wayne Camm and Wayne Fryer want to come back and have another go on the next comp, I think they need to put a bit more table time in, because as much as they've been there, done it all and played in all the major comps and professionally, that sort of not runs out or wears off, but you can't sustain that level without putting the practice in. And I don't think either of them are really that arsed about putting the table time in just to play in comps like this. They're not bothered. Whereas Clarkey just plays all the time because for the love of it, you know. So it is a bit different, and until they're putting that table time in. Same with Ryan Milson. He don't put the table time in that he used to. You know, when he's played in the past, he lived on the table in Q World. Didn't happen. You know, maybe with what's unfolding, that might change. You know, Ewan is another one. They just do not spend enough time on the table. So for me, Clarkey, if he gets it, if he gets the accolades, he deserves them because he's putting the time in. Do I think all them other players have got the capability? Of course I do. But he's the one that puts the commitment and time and effort in. You know, so he will get his just desserts from it. And we see so many players over the past sort of 6 months, 12 months, 18 months improve because of the time that they're putting in. Dan Green's a prime example of that. You know, he's solid. He never gives out away. He makes everybody wait for it regardless of what level. And I mean, it's Steeper gets a lot of criticism, but time saved, and he continues to put the time in to stay that sharp. So yeah, they can have all the ability in the world, all of them, but if you're not constantly playing on, look at Blanche. You don't pick a queue up from 1 week to the next, from 1 month to the next. You know, that's the difference. That's what makes all the difference with these guys at this level. Keep your tools sharp. And that's why Butch was so good. Mentioning legends. Because he kept his tools sharp. He certainly did that. And he was on a table every night of the week, whether it was a pool table or a snooker table. And even to the day he passed, he would give anybody, and I mean anybody, a game and make them wait for it, if not lose or if not win. So there's your motivation. But we're in a new generation now, and we're watching a new type of player. And at the minute, Clarkey looks a little bit unstoppable. As we see yet another red disappear. Oh, wow. He's unfortunate there. It's a great effort, that. He is a wee bit unlucky there. Oh, dear me. One thing I will say, Chunk, and Pat will get told the same, we will absolutely have to make sure that we've got an outfit for the final, because as much as I don't mind chipping in and doing it on my own so that you people have some sort of noise, because I don't think watching it without noise, a bit of comms and a bit of talk and a bit of interaction, it's not the same. But we definitely need to make sure this final is covered, done correctly, in only the way that we do it. Do it in round robin sessions or something like that. As long as I'm here to call that final frame when I have to pay out the dough for these guys, I'm not really bothered. Dear me. Oh wow! Used all the pocket. Used all the pocket, but got it. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. It can't be out. Hey, look, it can't be out, can it? How many times? Look, we've done so many games over the years. That's what we do. We chip in, we make it up, and we make it work. And you know, you can't say it's not been an entertaining game tonight. And you know what? All of a sudden, that 7-frame deficit is now only 4. Just as observation. 3 on the bounce for Cammy. If you can repeat that again in the next 15-20 minutes, people might start raising their eyebrows again. But, as a lot of people said, Clarkey should be too good to lose from that position. Stranger things have happened in the world of pool. Give me 2 minutes, I'll be back with you and tell you what some scores are on the doors. Alrighty then, so little pop out, head out of the way. Oh, that's a bit loud. You've got Lee Stavely battling his little ass off. It's now back to 39, so only a 4-frame deficit now. It was 7 the last time I checked, so he's done some serious clawing back. And Danny Bishop is now 7-5 in front of Paul Elland. So a tiny gap appearing in their game, but nothing to write home about just yet. So the big news story there for me, if I'm honest, is Stavely has managed to claw back 3 frames from a 7-frame deficit. Do you know what? I totally forgot that Danny Onegold had gone to the town match. But I will just say this, people, and I'm sure he won't mind me telling you. Well, he might do, but I don't care anyway. He's only gone because he got free tickets. Oh, yes. He lives right next to the town ground. But would he pay to go watch him? No. What he would normally do is sit in his room and listen for the cheers. So, fair play to him to go in, though. Because he was horrific when he played on the football field, and he was even worse when he was a referee. I bet he's criticised every decision made tonight by the officials. I would have done it like that. I'd have done it like this. Right, Cammy's not quite happy with his white again. He is not quite happy. You've got to now make it work though, Wayne. That's where your white is. I'm only joking with you, mate. Yeah, do you know what the worst thing about it was though, Jamie? He was harsh, right? But as a player, he was absolutely shocking. How someone can go from being such a tit on the field as a player to being so strict as a ref is beyond me. But there you go. And there you go. That's why he wasn't happy he lost his white. He's two things have let Wayne Camm down tonight more than anything: his break and his cue ball control. He has not had it where he's wanted it, and his break's not done him any favours, certainly the early part of the game. And on reflection, he'll look back at this, if he does even bother looking back at it, and know exactly what's gone wrong. Because I can see it, you know. I'm just picking up on little bits like that. He wasn't happy with his white where it was. He's had to play a long yellow, which is nailed. Don't get me wrong, he's cued it lovely. But when you're playing a long yellow like that, you then depend on nailing the pot and getting your white ball back under control. And it's tough. It's tough, you know, especially when you're chasing a game and you're knowing that your opponent's sat there waiting just to mop up the chance you leave if you get it wrong. And it did go wrong. And a lot of this has fell for Clarkey tonight in some respects, but he's done exceptionally well as Clarkey just to mop up the pieces and do everything right. You know, Wayne, I think, will kick himself for a lot of this. You can't be serious, Jamie Glover. Oh, Norm is the best. Smoking a roll-up during the game. To be fair, though, I was always a massive John Lehman fan. I won't lie to you. I think I could have literally taken a knife onto the pitch and not got booked by John Lehman. And Chunk would probably vouch for that. Yep, all the pieces are just falling into place. And it's just not quite gone right for Wayne tonight. And just when you think, you know, get this next frame 14-11, you know, you could start having a look at it. Loses white, loses a frame, and all of a sudden, for me now, it's really got away from him. That was his moment, if you like, to have a bit of a purple patch, and Clarkey sort of zapped the life out of that. If I'm honest with you, Jam, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Swift is still doing it. I might be wrong. I mean, I haven't been involved in it for a few years now, you know, playing over running a club. But I'm pretty sure he was still involved, but I could be wrong. Jagger was another one, and all. As a player, he was an absolute monster. Turned into a referee, and this minute you left the floor to tackle someone, you was in the book. Like bloody hell, Jagger used to like headbutt people and that. I think that's why I could never go into reffing, to be fair. I don't think I could criticise someone for stuff I used to do, if not worse. Right then, Clark, you're looking for another way out. John Boyer's still not reffing, surely. just to make John Moyer feel even more older, he was reffing my lad when he was like 9 years old at Novartis on the five-a-side pitches, and now he's serving in pints of Star of Ramen. That must feel ace, John, that. Right, has he come enough? He's got the one into the middle anyway. Here we go then. And all of a sudden, this frame's looking a wee bit bleak for Mr. Camm. The 1811, the 1812s are going to be close, I think, with this one, guys. I wasn't going to go there, Scott. There were so many opportunities and jokes to cannon off that statement he made, but I thought I'd better leave it and be professional. Talk about arriving to the party late. Hello, Paul Collins. How you doing? You've only missed 25 frames of pull. I'm sure you've had plenty on. As we see Clarkey go 16-10. And the 1811s, which I'll probably try and scroll and find them to see who it was, because there was a few that said 1811. They're probably going to be quite close. There we go. That's the wrong mouse. Is it this one? That's not either. Oh, I can't see the 1811s. I do apologise. Anybody that said 1811, though, I think you're going to be there or thereabouts now. It's been a tough night at the office for Wayne Camm. He's not been at the level we know. Clarkey has grown into the game, and I think the amusing thing about that break is that he's actually found an absolute belter, and it's only took him, well, if we play 26 frames, it's only took him 12-13 breaks to get there. Unfortunately, it might be a little bit late in the day. I'm just going to see if this frame goes Wayne's way, because if it does, I can nip for a P. If it goes Clarkey on the hill, I'm going to be waiting for a P until he wins the game. So I'm hoping Wayne wins this one, just so I can empty my bladder. You absolutely have to admire the professionalism and the attitude of these players. Wayne Camm's walking around the table. Clarkey needs 2 frames. Camm's not been at his best. Clarkey's starting to grow into the game, and yet he's still, you can tell he believes he can still win this. And I just think that's just an absolute different level of attitude. There's so many players in this position that they'll be gone now. They're ready to be gone. Balls will be getting whacked, or they'll be rushing the shots, and he's absolutely adamant that he's still good enough to win this. It's class, absolutely class. I think the red he's going to play now, though, was the one he probably wanted to be his last red. But it's not so much a problem because I think he can get on. I don't know if the black passes in the middle. I think that's what he's having a look at now. Yeah, and do you know what, John? There's a lot that can be learned from an awful lot of us. Because he's, you know, even though he's in this position, how graceful is he? You know, and like you say, it's not bad. I think he can hold for that off the yellow. I mean, normally I'd have someone sat next to me saying, "Yeah, yeah, he can," but I don't know, guys. What we're saying? Can he drop the red in and just hold for it off the yellow, or does he risk running behind the middle yellow of the three in a line? That's the shot. Well, superb, Mr. Camm. Credit where it's due. And there's another one, and I can't even tell you how happy he's won that because I need a wee. So, guys, 16-11. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right, for Shay Ward's benefit, Danny Bishop's 8-6 up now against Paul Elland. Now, here's one for you. Matt Pato, Lee Staveley. Pato was 12-5 up. It is now 13-11. Lee Staveley has battled like a trooper and he is back in the game. From 12-5 down, he has won 6-1. So, game on in that game. Game on big time. Looks the standard procedure for me for Clarkey. Yeah, Clark is about to go on the hill, which means now then, well, bugger me. Well, commentator's case strikes again. I don't even know what he's got. I don't even know what shot he's got here. Wow. Now then, wow then. That is absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Careless. Careless. There's the only way to describe it. It's careless. Don't get me wrong, there's a ton of work to do here from Cammy, but he shouldn't be at the table. That's the way Cammy's got to look at this now. This is an absolute bonus to even be at the table in this frame. Wow. Crazy. Yes, Daniel. Yes. Yeah, Christ on a tricycle, motor bicycle, and a bifocal. That was, yeah. But it shows it can happen, doesn't it? It shows it can happen. I mean, look, these Reds are in an absolute mess. But as I said, at this stage, Cammy's got to be absolutely delighted to be coming back to the table, regardless of how bad the Reds are. However, whatever Clark just did, I'm not sure if that was worse. Not very often I'm left speechless. Oh, dear me, dear me. Yeah, I can tell by the lack of comments that no one knows what to. Yeah, exactly. Wow. I mean, do you know what? I mean, any tiny sliver of sort of hope he had of winning the game went with that red there. The reality was keep Clarkey off the hill and oh dear me. Well, not only keep him off the hill, but don't going off with a massive break. There's been some, yeah. Yeah. It's been one of them nights, chunk, hasn't it? You know, and I think someone said to me a few weeks ago, to win anything like this, these long races comps, you need a little bit of luck. You need to play well. You need a bit of run. You need a bit of mixture of everything. And Clark has had a little bit of that tonight. And you know, Mikey Caborn had it in the last game against Fryer. So, but they've played well to get where they are. So, look, we've got, you know, barring these yellers, you've got a final to watch here, guys. And if Clarkey gets these, which it should be, your Grimsby #1 final is going to be Michael Caborn versus Paul Clark, barring 5 balls. And it's going to be some game. It's going to be, oh, way up. It's not quite there yet, though. It's not quite there yet. It's not quite there yet. don't think we mind that in some respects. though, about the average comment. I mean, these guys can't play at the top of the tree all the time. I think we see that when Fryer and Caborn played. I don't think. I mean, I know for a fact Mr. Fryer didn't play anywhere close to his level, and it took Caborn ages to get going. But I think it's good that we see these guys not always playing at the best, because it proves that they're not. They're not invincible. No, I mean that's not like him. That is not the Wayne Camm that we've all known on the pool scene for 25 years. Clarkie's not been 100, but he's certainly been an element, or certainly a notch better than what Wayne's been tonight. And it happens. It happens to the best of them, look, clearly. Yeah, it's none of that's going to help the situation, but we do not take anything away from Clarkie if he manages to finally get over the line. Just toying with us a little bit at the minute. Superb. And there we go. We do look forward to seeing you in the final. Hopefully it will be a cracker. Unlucky to Mr. Wayne Camm tonight. And thank you for all the viewers that stuck with me. It's not easy doing it on your own. I can assure you, though, that will not be the scenario for the final. And what I'll do is I'll post the results of the Paul Elland and Clarkie game on the lounge page later on, so that you know what the scores are finished there, because I can't stay on just for them two games. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. We now have our finalists. We have Paul Clark versus Michael Caborn to come. Unfortunate for Cammy there, a bit short in the end. But there we are. So right, we're nearly there. It's only taken 5 months, but we're nearly there, and we will see you all very soon. Been a pleasure. Good evening and good night. If I can find the mouse.